Okay, Stace, I'm ready. All right. So we'll go ahead and come to the front to middle part of your chair. Go ahead and bring a hand underneath the back of your leg and bring up the fleshy part of your buttocks on both sides so that you're sitting more solidly on your sits bones. Let's go ahead and move our pelvis around. So we'll take it into a clockwise direction and let your whole spine move with you. So as if forward is 12 o'clock, and then we'll go into 3, hitting all the numbers in between, 6 o'clock, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's go one more in clockwise direction, and then we'll go in the opposite. And just notice how your spine is or isn't leaning or moving. Nothing to do about it right now. We're just kind of feeling into our pelvis, hips. Like when you go back, is your body, are your muscles really holding, or can they kind of freely lean into the direction that you're going? We'll go one more round in counterclockwise. Start to lengthen through your spine. So creating some space in between your vertebrae. Again, there's not a lot to see here, but just take a moment. I'm going to close my eyes to feel into my body a little easier. Creating some space in between each vertebrae, feeling your sits bones on your chair. Also feeling your feet on the floor. Do make sure your ankles are underneath your knees. I'm actually pressing my feet one at a time into the floor, just to really feel that connection. And then bring that awareness from your feet up into your knees, into your hips, pelvis, lengthening in between each vertebrae, all the way up from your lower lumbar spine into your thoracic. Noticing the ribs. Let's go ahead and bring our shoulders up to the ears and back. Go move the shoulders in this way a couple of times. Let's see what the arms want to do. My arms are resting in my lap, but maybe your arms want to come down to the side and have a little movement as well. Let's go one more time in this direction. And then we'll bring the shoulders forward and really accentuate this. This seems to be more unnaturally natural for us to have a curve. So let's curve our spine forward a little bit. Let's just go into, let the head and neck come forward, let the shoulders come forward, let the arms rotate in, up, in, and up, and in. Let's do that 2 more times, up and in, really leaning in forward. One more time. This time we're going to start to come out of it. Let's not jolt ourselves out of it, but we'll start to bring the shoulders up and back again. And with each up and back, start to straighten your spine up. Let your arms rotate out. Shoulders up and back, arms rotate, spine comes more upright. So do the shoulder roll a couple more times. Getting into the neck. So your shoulders can keep moving or they can become still, whatever feels best for you. Let's get the neck involved here. So you can go from side to side. My neck is longer than most, I feel. So do what is best for your neck. You can bring it back, forward, side, side. You can roll it. You can kind of bring the left shoulder back, the right ear forward to get a little stretch. You can do that a couple of times. And then we bring the right shoulder back and the left ear forward. Now create that lengthening from the lower spine up through the thoracic, now into the cervical spine, through the neck, creating some space. Let your arms just hang. Bring that lengthening all the way through your skull, out through the top of your head. Still have a sense or an awareness of your feet on the floor. So feeling your feet on the floor in relation to your knees, your hips, your sits bone, your pelvis, up through each vertebrae, your lower lumbar, your thoracic, your ribs, arms, tops of your shoulders, in through your neck. Create some space in between the base of your skull and your spine, out through the top of your head. All right, let's bring a little awareness into our breath. Just notice how your breath is moving through your body. Nothing to do about it, just notice. Let's take a nice inhale. We're going to bring our arms up, palms facing each other, still lengthening out through the top of the head. Exhale them down. We're going to inhale up. This time, let's reach up towards the ceiling. Look up towards the ceiling. Almost like you're waiting for the ball to fall into your hands. And let's exhale down. We're going to do this one more time. Lengthening up towards the ceiling. This time we're going to fall forward. So let your arms come out to the side. See if you can fall all the way forward. Notice how far you go. Arms relaxed. And then placing your hands onto your thighs, pushing yourself on up. Let's go ahead then and let our elbows come onto the tops of our knees. Ankles underneath your knees. You can look to the side to make sure that's real. Each ankle is underneath the knee. Lower legs are upright. Bring your feet into the midline so it almost looks like they're pigeon-toed. Let your upper body weight land through your arms. Make sure you're expanding out through the ribs, torso, through your collarbones, down through your arms. Let your hands relax and simply tuck your chin in toward your chest. Let your head hang here. And just notice your breath as we allow the body to soften, unwind, open up. So you have the option to stay in this position. If you choose, you can go into the second position. You'll simply release one elbow and then the other. Your arms can come down through your legs, in front of your legs, or on the outside. Your hands can land on your feet if you'd like to help keep those toes on the ground. Continue to tuck your chin in towards your chest, allowing your torso to fall forward. And again, encouraging or using feet and toe muscles to keep your toes on the ground. Let's bring one hand onto a knee and then the other hand onto the knee and push your torso all the way up. Maybe you have a pillow nearby. I'm just going to grab one. And go ahead and scoot yourself back so that you're leaning back into your chair. You're going to bring your feet together and scoot your toes forward. So now your ankles are slightly in front of your knees. We're going to bring the left ankle on top of your right knee and thigh. So bring your pillow onto that side if it's not already. Remember, as we move through this, we want the ankle bone to be on the thigh bone. You're going to bring your knee towards your chest. Maybe this ankle bone comes closer to your hip, maybe it doesn't. Let's go ahead and hug your knee in so you can clasp your hands around your knee. You're going to rotate your torso to face your knee. So sternum spine is facing the inside of your knee. lengthening through your spine. You can look out in front of you. Let your shoulder blades come down your back and together. Just really literally hugging your thigh in towards your chest. Allowing your breath to move through your body. Make sure on this long leg that your knee and your toes are still facing forward. Notice if they want to kind of flop or droop out to the side. Use some inner thigh muscles, some feet muscles to keep the knee and the toes pointing forward. All right, so if you'd like to bring your pillow into, my pillow is too big, so pretend you can shove your pillow right here in between the space of your chair and your outer thigh. We're going to let that knee drop down as far as it's willing and able. You're going to sit back in your chair. Your arms can be relaxed in your lap or down to your side. And you're just simply going to tuck your chin in towards your chest. Make sure your shoulder blades stay back and down. You can stay in this position. This is your option. And if you'd like to go into the second position, we're going to lift our lower ribs up and forward. Your arms can be to the side or in front of you. Make sure the ankle stays on the thigh bone. And you're just going to let your torso come forward. Now notice if your spine starts to turn in any direction. If your spine starts to turn or spiral, come out. Take a breath and allow yourself to come forward as far as your body is able, making sure that the spine comes forward. When it turns, come out of it, take a breath, let yourself rest in that place. And maybe that's as far as you go today. Tuck your chin in towards your chest, wherever you're at. And when you're ready, you're going to place your hands on your long leg to push yourself back up. Let's bring your knee towards your chest, and hug it in, and then let your ankle come down. So we'll do the other side. Make sure you're still seated on your sits bone. That pelvis likes to kind of come forward, so make sure you're on your sits bones. Your feet are together, ankles are slightly in front of your knees. Let yourself lean back in your chair, and then bring one ankle up, or bring your right ankle up on top of your knee, ankle bone on thigh bone. We're going to bring your knee to your chest. Let's hug it in. You can rotate your torso to face your knee, but you can look out in front of you. Having a nice firm hold on your knee, but still allowing your shoulder blades and your shoulders to soften. So kind of discerning between a nice firm hold and a relaxation through your shoulders. All right, let's go ahead and see if that ankle wants to come any closer to the hip. You can bring your pillow in between the outside of your thigh and your chair or your blanket, whatever you're using, and then let your thigh fall to whatever position it wants to. Make sure this long leg, the knee and the toes are pointing forward, arms are relaxed down to your side or in your lap. Simply tuck your chin in towards your chest, let your shoulder blades come together and down your back. You can allow your breath to reach all the way into your hip and pelvis. The breath is really a great key piece to opening up and allowing the pain to dissolve. So using the breath to breathe into the stuck areas, the painful areas, is very, very helpful in helping that area of the body open and release. We're going to bring these low ribs. If you went to the first position on the first side or the second position on the first side, you're going to go into the second position on this side. These ribs come up, over, arms come in front or to the side. Make sure your spine is moving forward. If your spine starts to spiral or twist, come out of the pose, take a couple of breaths, and see if your spine wants to go any farther forward. Tucking your chin in towards your chest, and allowing your breath to sink into any areas of discomfort. And then using your hands on your long leg to push yourself on up. Bring your knee towards your chest, hug your knee in. You can remove that pillow, let your ankle come down. We're going to open up through the front of the waist. So we're going to rotate our bodies to face the right, I think. So my right hand is on the back of my chair. I'm going to scooch to the side. I'm sitting on my right sits bone. My left leg is dropping down. So make sure your ankle's under your knee on your right leg. And on this left leg, the knee is under my hip, but I'm going to scooch my leg back to create as much opening through the front of my waist. Let your spine be upright, lengthening through your vertebrae, holding onto the back of your chair, lengthening all the way out through the top of your head. Let's bring this left arm kind of out to the side, reaching out without falling over, and then bringing that arm on up to the ceiling. Lengthening through your fingertips, reaching out through your back, foot, heel. Having a nice hold on the right side with your hand, but not over tightening your muscles. Take one more inhale, reaching up towards the ceiling, and then maybe coming back just a smidge, lengthening through and into the back of your body. And then let's bring that arm forward, down. Let's bring that back leg forward and up. We'll rotate to the other side. Lining up, make sure you're holding onto the back of your chair. Let's bring your left knee and ankle, your left foot and ankle underneath your knee. Lengthening through your spine, this lower leg is down. Now let's scooch it back. As far as it's willing and able to go without compromising your body. Let's bring this right arm down and then, let's see, I think last time we reached out to the side without falling and then on up towards the ceiling. Have your palm face inside your body, lengthening up towards the ceiling, lengthening through your spine, also reaching back with your right leg. Having a sense of your left foot on the floor, your left hand on the chair. Noticing your breath. With our next inhale, let's reach up to the ceiling and then come back, lengthening back, creating space through your vertebrae as you let your spine just kind of fall back. And then bringing your arm forward, down, bring your back leg up. And then we'll come to let our hips rest on the front of your chair. ankles underneath your knees. We're going to bring our arms out to the side, thumbs up towards the ceiling and back behind you. Let's first make medium to soft fists and let those shoulder blades, let the elbows soften, let the shoulder blades come down your back and together, lengthening through your spine. Bring your belly button back towards your spine. Let your elbows soften, medium to soft fists, shoulder blades just simply come together. So lengthening through your spine, letting those shoulder blades continue to come together. Bringing your belly button back towards your spine to help support your low back. Very simple and difficult pose sometimes. All right, let's let those arms go. We're going to inhale, bring the arms out again. Thumbs come up towards the ceiling, back behind you. This time we're going to spiral. I'm going to spiral to my right. My left arm comes to the outside of my right leg. My right arm is going to hold on to the chair in a place that feels good. Take a nice inhale into your chest, your shoulders. Let there be space through your torso as you continue to spiral towards your right. Let your head and neck go as far as they're able. Let your eyes go even farther. Still lengthening through your spine, lengthening up, spiraling around. Couple more breaths here. Again, let your breath sink into those areas that maybe are still opening or waking up, or just don't want to move. And then let your torso come back to center. Let's take 3 full breaths, inhaling and exhaling here. And just notice if your breath is moving a little differently, maybe a little more freely into and through your body. On your next inhale, let's bring those arms up. Thumbs up towards the ceiling, back behind you, letting that rotation reach into and through your shoulders as we spiral to the opposite side. My right hand comes to the outside of my left knee. My left arm's holding onto the chair, lengthening through your spine. Take a nice inhale. Let your breath land in your chest and torso as you continue to spiral. Head and neck goes as far as they're able. Eyes go as far as they're willing. Lengthening up through your spine and spiraling around your spine. Noticing your feet on the floor in relation to your knees and hips. And noticing how the spine is rotating around and lengthening through. And we'll come back to center. Taking 3 inhales and exhales. So go ahead and let yourself settle into a Shavasana, whether you choose to be in your chair or on the floor. Finding a position that feels good. And allowing yourself to lean in, whether you're in a chair or on the floor. Noticing the parts of your body that are supported. And see if you can allow your body to feel that support, to lean in and meet it. Noticing the parts of your body that are just hanging out, or in relation to the space. Noticing your breath. Noticing your breath moving in and through your chest and torso, your diaphragm, your belly, and allowing your breath to sink even deeper into your lower abdomen, hips, hip creases, feeling the weight of your torso leaning into your chair, leaning into the ground. Again, feeling supported. Bringing this awareness down and into your pelvis, your hips and hip creases as we extend our awareness down through the length of both legs. Your upper legs, knees, and the lower legs. Extending your awareness from your lower legs into your ankles and heels. Feeling the weight of your heels leaning into the floor. As you bring your awareness into your feet, noticing both feet. Noticing both feet at the same time as you extend that awareness into your toes and noticing all 10 toes at the same time. Extending your awareness from the tips of your toes down into the balls of your feet. Noticing the outsides of your feet as you bring your awareness into your heels, your ankles, the outsides of your calves, into and through your knees. Bringing your awareness from your knees into your thighs. Noticing how your thighs reach all the way into your hips and hip creases. Extending that awareness from your hip creases into your pelvis. The front of your pelvis, the sides of your pelvis, all the way into the back of your pelvis. Noticing your sacrum and your tailbone. Allowing your lower organs to just rest into your pelvis. As you bring your awareness just above your lower abdomen into your low back. Sides of your low back into the middle part of your abdomen. Allowing your breath to sink into this area of your body. Extending your awareness from your belly into the space behind your belly. A nice inhale and exhale into your belly. Allowing yourself to be here now. Sending your awareness from your belly into your chest, your torso. Drop underneath those ribs into the lungs, the heart. And drop into the back of your body. Noticing the ribs in relation to your spine, front and back. Extending your awareness into your shoulder blades and the space between your shoulder blades. Extending your awareness around the sides of your body into the front of your chest and torso. And bringing your awareness all the way into and through your shoulders. Fronts of your shoulders, the tops, the backs. Noticing how the shoulders start to lean into your arms. Noticing the length of both arms, your upper arms, elbows, and lower arms. All the way into your wrists, your hands, palms, and fingers. Extending your awareness from your thumbs and fingers into your palms, from your palms into your wrists, your lower arms, elbows, and upper arms. All the way into and through your shoulders. Bring that awareness into the tops of your shoulders, all the way into your neck, all sides and aspects of your neck. You're noticing outside and inside, from your shoulders into your neck, from your neck into your skull, the base of your skull, the sides into your ears, the front into your jaw. And just notice how this all shapes into your skull, allowing your jaw to soften, your ears to open, your eyes to relax into their sockets, letting your head become a little heavier, letting your forehead soften. You bring your awareness into the top of your head, and just above your head. Just bring your awareness just above your head. And from there, let's bring our awareness into our whole body, inside and out, side to side, and then into the space around our body, a foot or two. You're just noticing your whole body and the space around your body. Breathing into all of that inside and outside. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. You can wiggle your toes and your feet, your fingers and hands. You can gently rotate your head from side to side. Stretching and moving in any way you would like. Taking this feeling with you into your day is where the real yoga begins. You're just noticing how you feel. Noticing your breath, noticing your body, putting words to this. You can write down how you feel. You can put it in the chat, or you can say it out loud.